Welcome to this video on Part 2 of Samuel Taylor Coleridge's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Part 2 details the immediate consequences of killing the albatross. The crew's shifting reactions lead to despair as the ship becomes stranded in a stagnant sea, ending with the mariner wearing the dead bird. Here we see the haunting image of the mariner, burdened by the dead albatross, surrounded by his dying crew on a motionless ship. The themes include the crew's complicity in the sin, the eerie silence of the stagnant sea, supernatural retribution through a vengeful spirit, and the albatross becoming a symbol of the mariner's guilt. This excerpt illustrates the mariner's supernatural punishment. The crew moves from blaming the mariner to justifying their own participation, ultimately leaving the ship trapped in a desolate, rotting ocean. The narrative describes the crew's changing perspective. Initially cursing the mariner for killing the bird that brought the wind, they later praise the act when the fog clears, unwittingly sharing in his spiritual guilt. The wind dies, and the ship is trapped. The men face extreme dehydration under a burning sun, in a sea that seems to rot and crawl with living things. Death lights dance at night as a vengeful spirit pursues them. The crew, parched and unable to speak, fixes their hatred on the mariner, hanging the albatross around his neck as a cross of guilt. The poem captures this dark moment with vivid imagery, as death fires light the water and the curse takes its hold. Structurally, the poem uses traditional ballad stanzas, though Coleridge varies these to mirror the transition from smooth sailing to a dead, horrifying standstill. The poem employs alliteration and onomatopoeia to convey the sounds of the sea. Coleridge also uses an internal gloss to provide an objective perspective on these subjective, supernatural events. Rich in literary devices, the text uses assonance, repetition, and simile to create a haunting atmosphere and emphasize the physical and psychological toll on the crew. The irony of having water everywhere, but nothing to drink highlights their plight. The albatross, worn like a cross, stands as a universal symbol of sin and guilt. In summary, Part 2 masterfully weaves together narrative, structure, and symbolism to depict the tragic descent of the mariner and his crew.